Pond 5. Pond 5. Pond 5. Pond 5.
All right. So, welcome everyone. So it's fabulous to bring another episode of FTLOE Thursday to you guys. So this is me, your host Alok, and we have Ganesh, who's our product manager. So we are going to be talking about how you can amp up your email efforts and get more and more engagement from your users. All right. Should we start?
Let's go, Alok.
Right. Perfect. And guys, if you have any questions, any queries, please feel free to stop us anywhere. All right, so today's agenda is how do we amp it up with emails? So this is season 2, episode 5. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Hello?
Shall I share it, Alok?
One second, let me reshare it. Right, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Perfect. So as I said, so this is Alok here. I look after the customer success team for Netco. And then we have Ganesh, who's a product manager with Netco. So today we're going to talk about how interactive email works, how you can also, let's say, amp up your email and make your emails interactive in nature and give the look and the feel of apps to your users within your email. So interactive emails, nothing but emails, which allows your users to take action within an email. Let's say if you say the emails which you send now, those are primarily very static in nature. The only thing users can do is see the email, click on it, go to your website, nothing else. That's the only thing that emails can do as of now. But we are talking about the next level of emails, wherein you allow your users to, let's say, check out different products within the email. You allow users to fill a survey within the emails. You allow your users to watch a video within the email, or even complete the purchase within the email. So that's kind of interactivity that we are talking about. And how do we do it? It's primarily done with the help of a new technology which is introduced by Google a few years back, which is called Accelerated Mobile Pages, or nothing but AMP for email. Now, using AMP, you can have interactive elements like carousel within the email. You can have live feeds within the email. You can allow users to take an action within the email. So basically, you can create a very wow kind of factor within the email. If you look at these examples here, now look at the first example, which is done by the by booking.com. In this, booking allows users to give more like a website kind of feel, wherein people can click and see whether they want to see the domestic location. They can click and see international location. They can, okay, and then they can click on view all and see all the location. That's one. And if you look at the second example here, which is by Pinterest, they're simply showing different kind of image tiles within an email, and people can click on that tile and then expand it and see the whole article about that. Isn't it interesting that you're allowing users to take so many actions within the email? But definitely, we'll see more and more examples in the coming slides. Basically, why do we need AMP in the email? Basically, it actually opens the opportunity to that how emails are being used today. It's not only just to show information, but also to collect information from the users. Allow users to take action within the email. So basically, we are revitalizing the complete email technology here. Second, it offers a completely new level of personalization within the email. Previously, the personalization used to happen at, let's say, you used to mention people with their name within the email, or you used to show content which people had seen on your website, or people had seen on your app. But now you can do a different level of personalization altogether, and you can actually show, not only show content to the users which they have clicked on, but also show, let's say, things which they are most likely to buy in the future. I'm just taking an example here. And low competition, because many few people are using this interactive content as of now. So you have a very, very low competition here. And definitely, whenever there's an interactive content coming into picture, your conversions are going to increase and drop-offs are going to reduce. Now, I would like to invite Ganesh to take up the next part.
Right. Look, I'll just share my screen. I think there's a black bar that is coming for some reason. I think it's a bug. Right. If you can just stop sharing, I'll share my screen and we can continue in the
Sure.
same place. Right. Is my screen clearly visible?
Yes.
Right. So thank you, Alok, for that introduction. So now coming to AMP capability. So what we're trying to cover here is that within Netcore, what are the capabilities that we currently have, and then we'll go on to a future roadmap that we have for the AMP for our AMP offerings. So right now we can send emails both from our CE platform and our email API product. So sending emails is because sending an AMP email is same like sending a normal HTN email delivery wise. So that part is there with us, right? Then we provide support for creative inspiration. So there are customers. So since AMP is a new technology, and while we put out content and webinars and other stuff, custom brands and customers also at times have questions and they want to explore it further, right? That what can be done, and they have their own use cases that they want to discuss with someone. So we provide that support also, where brands can reach out to us and we help them with specific details of their own. So they may want to try out a certain component in their style, and we can help them with that, whether this is possible, if it is possible, how they can go about it, and what is the time duration on that, right? Then we also help our customers. So there are customers who at times want use cases which are very specific, right? So and I think you'll talk about those, Alok, going forward. So like the use case of a EMI calculator that we had, right? So we also provide end-to-end support to our customers to get started with AMP, because what we want is that they first send out a campaign, they see that what is the effect and what is the outcome that they see from their users end, so that then the cycle gets started. So we are providing all support, end-to-end support for a working AMP creative. And we also right now many of our customers are actually using AMP creatives to capture data about their customers, so some zero party data, some preferences of theirs. So we facilitate that also, right? So now moving to the product roadmap. So what we are going to have in the future. So Netcore is working on an AMP editor, an in-house AMP editor that will allow our customers to make AMP emails on the fly. Right now, why this is very
Ganesh,
important is because
Ganesh, I think Smita has a question.
uh, uh, I think we can take questions in the end, Alok.
Okay, sure.
Cool. So basically, so we have an AMP editor, right, which allows our customers to create AMP emails on the fly, right? So that is in the final stages of its testing and all those processes, and we should release it in the next couple of weeks. That is when so the idea is to basically making of an AMP email should be as easy as how customers make HTML emails. So they should be able to use pre-created components and just drag them in their email, and they should be good to use. They can change the styling, the fonts, the colors as per their needs, and they can just send out that email. So it will be integrated within our product offering. So hence customers won't have to jump from one place to another, and everything will be a very smooth experience. Right? Uh, so then the other thing that we are going to offer is, since what we also realize is that since AMP is a new thing, right, there needs to be a library of pre-created templates, right, from where our customers can start. So we'll have a library of the most used use cases according to our conversation with different stakeholders, right? So we have had conversation with customers and they have told us, okay, these are the use cases that we want to look at. So someone wants to look at lead generation, someone wants to go for referrals, right? Someone wants to collect some data from their customers. So all those things can be basically managed from the editor, and so we'll have templates for that, so that brands and marketers have an idea that how the content will look like, and then they can start from there, customize it as per their needs, add more components, delete components as they want, and send it out to their customers. Right now, the other change that we need is the other feedback that we've got from customers is that it is very important that when I'm sending AMP emails out, right, and as we have discussed in our previous webinars, that not everyone will receive AMP, because AMP is right now supported majorly with Google and Yahoo, right? So if you're an Apple Mail user, you will not receive the AMP email and you'll receive the fallback, how a normal HTML goes out today. So so marketers want to actually track the performance between an AMP email and the fallback email. So was the click through rate better when if the user got an AMP email, right? Because they are putting extra effort, they want to see, right? Is it giving rewards and is it giving returns? So we will share. So that this will also will be available within our product, where you can send out an AMP campaign, and as you normally see for normal HTML campaigns, what are the open rates, what are the click rates, we'll show same data bifurcated between AMP and non-AMP. For AMP, we'll also show submissions, right? How many submissions have been made by your customers, right? Then another feature is passing data. And we'll also give our customers and marketers the ability to store the data wherever they need. So they can like very simply they can integrate the form that they're sending out to the customers in the Google Sheet, or they can pass the data over webhook wherever they want. And so that basically eases the flow of data to them, and they can ingest it whatever way they want, and they can then plan their future campaigns on that data, right? And in future, we are also going to enable AMP emails in journeys, so that you can have triggered emails, you can have welcome emails, right? Which so when a customer is onboarded, you send him an AMP email where so there's an email that, for example, there's an email that is always sent to verify a name, right? We can send that in an AMP manner, so the user is not redirected out of that email, and the verification happens within. So there's a drastic improvement in the experience. So other use cases, we have thought of many other use cases, right? And where once we enable them in the journeys, this will be available within that platform itself, right? So Alok, back to you to walk us through the
That's
mini
that's
apps that.
absolutely that's absolutely wonderful, Ganesh. Because so guys, just to give an example, so I work with lots and lots of customer, and the primary question that we get from our customers is that who's going to do the coding of these mailers? These are not so simple to get coded, and I feel that is going to be wonderful that there's an editor wherein you can go and simply create these HTML elements without the need of any HTML coder. So yeah, Ganesh, this is absolutely wonderful that yes, people would be able to do this in the future without the need of any coders. Okay, guys, moving on. Now I'm going to show you some examples of how people are creating or how people can create mini apps within email. Now, if you look at the first example or the first video which we are going to play, in this video, you will see that how you can create a product listing page kind of experience within email. Now, if you look at this video, Ganesh, can you play it from the beginning, please? Now, if you look at this video, this is nothing but an email wherein you're giving the users an option to sort the product on the basis of, let's say, any kind of option that you may have, or you're giving the users a filter to see only the products which they want. This usually happens only within the apps or only within the website. But now with the AMP capabilities which are there in the email world, you can do all of this within the email. So you can give the users the look and the feel of an app or a website within the email itself. So this actually can become a game changer for e-commerce brands or even travel brands or any kind of brands who have different kind of products that they're selling on their website. Now, in this second example, we're going to show that how a brand can create a complete checkout process within the email itself and make the users do the transaction within the email. If you see here, the products are listed out. Then you can ask users to fill their complete details, the address wherein they need to the product to be shipped. Then take the credit card or debit card details within the email and ask them to click on the payment link, wherein the users will be taken out of the email just to go and enter their OTP, and the payment will be completed, and then the purchase gets completed within the email. So basically, from email, users see the products which are there in the cart, provide their shipping, credit card details, and complete the purchase. No need to take them to your website or the app or anywhere else. I'll show you a few more examples of how you can create mini games within emails and make users interact with your communication and make them more closest towards doing a transaction. Now let's look at this first example, which is nothing but a replica of an Easter egg game. Now in this game, what happens is you ask users that there are few eggs, there are certain eggs that you'll find in the image below. You need to click and open each and every egg, and you need to count, you need to make a sum of the numbers that you discover and then enter the answer in the below form. If you enter the right answer, you can give some kind of coupons to your customers. You can give them an exclusive discount code which they can use. And as you know that whenever users see something, when users earn something by doing something, they actually make use of it. So if you, let's say, start a promotional campaign when you ask users to play a game like this, and only when they win the game, and then you give them a coupon, it's very highly likely that the user will make use of that coupon and make a purchase. We'll show you another example of a similar thing, wherein we are, instead of using an Easter egg, we are using a spin the wheel and then asking the users to spin the wheel and then win a coupon or a discount voucher. So isn't this great, wherein you are enabling the users to take action and then achieve something and then give them an offer in return instead of directly giving them an offer?
And just to add it, and just to add to this, this can totally be customized. So if you want to show that, if you want to give your customers 20% discount, or in the first game that Alok talked about, the Easter example, if you want the total to come to 20%, 15%, 10%, whatever the offering that you want to give to your customers, it can be customized as per that. And the sum, so the numbers that you see when the eggs are being hashed, they will be randomly aligned to make sure that the sum is whatever you assign as the total value. Same with the spin the wheel. So you can, so marketers can decide that this is what I want. I want to give a 10% discount or a 15% discount or a 20% discount, and that is what on a random basis their customers will see.
Now we'll look at few more examples. Now the first example which Ganesh is going to play, it's an example
Sorry.
of how, it's an example, Ganesh will play it. It's an example of how you can create a complete website or the app experience within the email. Now we are taking an example of a hotel company here, wherein the users can come and type the location where they want to go and then type the date range, and then they can search the location. Now if you see here, if you click on the images, they'll be able to see the images in full screen mode. They can type in the date when they want to travel. They can click on check availability, and then they'll be able to see that which all locations are available. This is just a sample HTML that we have created, but you can actually show the live data from your website. So what's going to happen is, based on what the location the user enter and the date range that they enter, a live feed can be made, live call can be made to your website, and the live data can be fetched from there and can be shown to the users in the email without any lags or delay. So users will feel that they're actually doing the browsing on your app rather than simply feeling that it's an email. And then if you look at the second example, it's perfect for the banking and the insurance company. Let's say if you have to take a home loan or if you have to take a personal loan, you want to know that what's going to be my interest rate. And based on a certain interest rate, if I borrow a certain amount, how much money am I going to pay every month as EMI? How much money am I going to pay as interest? How much money am I going to pay, or how much duration am I going to pay that for? So basically, we have created a calculator here when you can enter the amount that you want to borrow. Then you can enter the interest rate which is prevalent at that point in time, and then you can enter the loan tenure, and then you can see the what is going to be your EMI, what is going to be your total amount, and what's going to be your total payment. So if you see, whenever we are changing these sliders, the amount is changing, the loan amount, the interest amount, and then the total payment amount, it's changing every time. And after you have done, let's say, you can, after they have checked the loan amount, EMI, you can ask users to fill the details there, so that your call center or your salespeople can call them up and get the loan processed. Now I'll show you some examples of how brands are using AMP as a technology and how they're getting benefited. Now in the first video, we'll show you how Redbus used AMP to collect data from the users. So basically they wanted to know that how well brands know about the features of Redbus. So they created a small form with the different features that they have. Users needs to check on the features that they know and submit any additional feedback that they had and submit it. Now, by implementing this, what we saw is that Redbus received 3.4 times more responses as compared to when they were running a normal survey, wherein people need to click on the emailer, they used to go to a landing page, and then they used to give the feedback. Now, in the second example, it's an example for the Myntra's Fantastic Sale, which happened in the month of February. Basically, they used an image carousel here, wherein if you see in the image, this has a left and the right button. You can click on them and you can see the different offers that they have for different categories. Now, by using this, Myntra received a 140% lift in their CTOR rate as compared to the static mailers or mailers without any kind of interactivity that they were sending. And then the third example is a bit similar to the first example, wherein the user's data is being captured, but it's for a different brand called Your Story, which is a big media house. So basically, Your Story conducts lots and lots of events. And for each and every event, people need to come and register if they want to attend. So they used to send a simple mailer to the users, and people need to go to that mailer, click on that. They used to go to a landing page, and then they used to fill their registration details. We implemented the same thing within email, wherein users can enter their name and the mobile number and register within the email. And just by doing this, Your Story achieved a 5.5x lift in their registrations. So
I
it's
think Alok,
all about the
one point to one another point to stress is that once as a user, once I've received an email like this from Mintra or Redbus or Your Story, right, I'm more likely to open their emails also again, right? Because I'm expecting that their emails will be different in their behavior and their look and styling from the regular emails that I get. So I think that is also something that brands can can play upon. That they can generate a habit in their customers where they are delighted by your emails, right? They see your emails as different and like starkly the different in behavior and the look and feel wise, right, compared to the normal emails that you receive. So I think that is also something that you should keep in mind.
perfect. So guys, any questions? So we are open for questions or anything that you want to ask us.
We have two questions, Alok, so we'll just take those, right? So
Okay.
the first question is from Payal. She's asking, how can brands implement these mini apps within their emailers? Will they have any IT dependency to get these developed? Can Netcore help in getting these developed and implemented? Do you want to take it? Should I take it?
Yeah, I'll take it. Basically, to develop these mini apps within the emailers, the brand should have a basic knowledge of the HTML and the AMP HTML practices that Google has laid out. That's one. Second thing is, yes, you'll need a coder who can develop these mini apps for you. But let's say if you don't have an in-house capability to get these emailers developed or get these mini apps developed within emailers, we can actually help you in developing those apps and getting it implemented on your behalf.
Okay. The second question is, what kind of tracking is possible in these mini apps? Can I track the
Yeah.
impressions? Can I see what all activities are being done with my mini app in the email by the users?
Ganesh, would you like to answer this?
Yes, for sure. So basically, we can track the all everything that a marketer wants to track can be tracked. So normally for right now on a product level, we are tracking opens and clicks and other submissions that are made by customers, right? But if needed, we can track other impressions also. So if say if you are using something, say for example, let's take an example where a broking customer is sending their end customers an email with a stock recommendation, and they are also they have a live ticker there, right? So when the user opens the email, they see live price of that particular stock as at the time when they've opened that email. So that can be recorded, that when did the user actually open the email, how many times did he open the email, and how many times a call was made. So all those things can be tracked, because these are API calls that are being made from the email to the web servers. So and same is with other things also. So if someone is browsing at a carousel and they are clicking anywhere, everything can be tracked, and that can be reported. So I think those are the two questions, Alok.
All right. Any other question, guys? Cool. Thanks a lot, everyone, for joining in today. Yes, it was great connecting with everyone again for another session of For the Love of Email Thursday, and we'll be back again next Thursday with a new episode. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alok.